On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Journalist.
A person who collects and writes news stories or articles for newspapers, magazines, radio, television, or other online media.
Examples:
a China-based journalist, journalist on a magazine. Foreign TV crews and journalists can go as they please in various locations during the Olympics.
Immigrant.
A person who has come to a country where they were not born to live there permanently.
Examples:
immigrant communities, an immigrant from the country. Police received a report of illegal immigrants in the area.
Define.
To state or explain precisely the nature, scope, or meaning of something.
Examples:
define a word. Define my position. To advance this discussion, we must define success rigorously.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Neutral.
Not helping or assisting either side in a conflict, argument, etc.
Examples:
permanently neutral country. Neutral colors. A legislative speaker should always be neutral.
Silent.
Without any or little sound.
Examples:
silent reading. Give silent consent. The politician remained silent despite intense media scrutiny.
Journalism.
The profession or activity of writing or reporting news for publication or broadcast.
Examples:
journalism ethics. Tabloid journalism. She plans to study journalism in college and become a reporter.
Excuse.
A reason or explanation, either true or invented, given to justify a fault or defend your behavior. Verb, to make someone free from blame or clear from guilt.
Examples:
excuse for inaction. Perfect excuse. He quickly fabricated an excuse for not attending the meeting.
Responsible.
Answerable or accountable for something within one's power, control, or management.
Examples:
responsible action. Responsible for customer service. She's a responsible pet owner who ensures her dog gets enough exercise and a healthy diet.
Obligation.
The state of being morally or legally bound to do or pay something.
Examples:
a deep obligation. Pay an obligation. You are under no obligation to finish the job.
Principle.
A fundamental law or truth that explains or controls how something happens or works.
Examples.
Principle of treatment. Principle in business. Efficiency isn't an essential principle here, fairness is.
Unemployed.
Not having a job, although able to work.
Examples.
Assignment for the unemployed youth. People who are unemployed. My father was unemployed for so long.
Necessarily.
In an essential manner, in such a way as could not be otherwise.
Examples.
Not necessarily a problem. Necessarily true. This accident was something that happened necessarily.
Unequivocal.
Admitting of no doubt, having only one meaning or interpretation and leading to only one conclusion.
Examples.
Unequivocal evidence. Receive an unequivocal answer. It is unequivocal that human activities are the cause of global warming.
Scrupulous.
Characterized by careful attention to detail, conscientiousness, and moral integrity, marked by a commitment to ethical behavior and fairness.
Examples.
Scrupulous attention. Scrupulous planning. He was always scrupulous about paying his bills on time, even if it meant going without something else.
Democracy.
A form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation, or to choose governing officials to do so.
Examples.
Democracy advocate. Principles of democracy. Democracy often entails inclusive capitalism as well.
Liberal.
Willing to respect or allow many different types of beliefs or behavior, open-minded.
Examples.
A liberal arts college. Under liberal conditions. He is liberal in his thoughts.
Conservative.
Holding traditional views and values and opposed to change or innovation.
Examples.
A conservative society. Conservative about production. He always makes a conservative estimation when predicting future sales.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples.
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples.
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Guarantee.
To promise something will happen formally, especially that certain conditions about a product, service, or transaction would be met.
Examples:
guarantee a high quality. Guarantee women equality. We cannot guarantee enough raw material sources.
Complicated.
Involving a lot of different things or parts in a way that is difficult to understand or analyze.
Examples:
a complicated process. Become increasingly complicated. He did complicated pen and ink drawings in just a few days.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Refuse.
To show that one is not willing to do or accept something.
Examples:
refuse a request. Refuse the company. My initial reaction was to refuse.
Tap.
To hit someone or something quickly, gently, and often repeatedly, to use existing resources, such as energy, knowledge, etc.
Examples:
tap a new market. Tap keyboard with an index finger. To expand the company, we must tap new human resources.
Nowadays.
At the current time, in comparison to the past.
Examples:
young people nowadays. Not to be seen nowadays. People can clone a sheep nowadays.
Concert.
A musical performance given in public by one or more players or singers.
Examples:
have a concert again. A benefit concert. This artist always packs the concert halls.
Fan.
A person who admires and supports a person, group, sport, sports team, etc. A device for creating a current of air by the movement of a surface or surfaces.
Examples:
a film fan. Engine cooling fan. I'm a big fan of French food.
Contrary.
Acting in opposition to what is expected or desired.
Examples:
the clear contrary. Contrary evidence. The two sides argued their points, but the judge ultimately sided with the contrary viewpoint.
Judgment.
The ability to form valuable opinions and make reasonable decisions.
Examples:
an emotional judgment. Deliver a judgment. Her judgments are consistently rational and sensible.
Ethics.
A branch of philosophy that considers what is morally right and wrong conduct, a set of beliefs about what is morally right and wrong.
Examples:
Political ethics. Ethics of journalism. This scripture provides the code of ethics for the religion.
Moral.
Concerned with the principles of what is right and wrong, fairness, honesty, etc.
Examples:
Moral hazard. Moral burden. Ethics deals with moral conduct.
Decision.
The act or process of making up someone's mind about something, a choice or judgment reached after considering options.
Examples:
Decision authority. A selfish decision. She was struggling to make a decision between two job offers.
Exceedingly.
To an extreme degree.
Examples:
Exceedingly common. An exceedingly difficult book. Fear is exceedingly infectious, and children catch it from their elders.
Extraordinary.
Exceptional, unexpected, very unusual, surpassing the ordinary or usual.
Examples:
Extraordinary ability. Extraordinary weather. He narrated the extraordinary story of his adventure.
Dictator.
A political leader who has complete power over a country, especially one who has obtained control by force.
Examples:
Military dictator. A dictator with enormous powers. A popular uprising led to the overthrow of the dictator.
Regime.
The organization, a system, or method that is the governing authority of a political unit.
Examples:
A puppet regime. Exercise regime. Totalitarian regimes are less likely to innovate because they deprive individuals of economic incentives.
Commander.
A person who holds authority or control over a group or organization, particularly in a military, naval, or aerospace context. An official in charge of a particular aspect of operations, such as a commander of a ship or a commander of the Air Force.
Examples:
Commander-in-chief. Police commander. The military commander led their troops into battle with precision and strategic planning.
Confront.
To face, meet, or deal with a problem or difficult situation or person.
Examples:
Confront a global warming. Confront the issue. He finally decided to confront problems directly.
Disappear.
To cease to exist or be visible.
Examples:
Disappear without a trace. Disappear after a week. They watched the train disappear into the distance.
Grave.
A place where a dead body is buried, typically marked by a headstone or other memorial, a very serious, solemn, or important matter. Verb, to carve, cut, or etch a design, inscription, or mark onto a hard surface, such as stone or metal. Adjective, serious, solemn, or weighty in nature.
Examples:
Graven image. Grave mistake. Many innocent civilians were killed and buried in mass graves outside the city during the war.
President.
The leader of a republic, for example, the U.S., the person in charge of the organization, such as a company, university, club, etc.
Examples:
President Emeritus, Vice President for Finance. The club president does not have absolute power.
Magical.
Produced by or containing supernatural powers.
Examples:
Magical place. Magical powers. When I was a child, my mother often cast magical spells to ease my pain whenever I was injured.
Millionaire.
A person who has material wealth that is valued at more than $1 million, pounds, euros, etc.
Examples:
Millionaire capitalist. Become a millionaire. The internet millionaire was captivated by the artist's paintings.
Assign.
To give a specific job or piece of work to a someone.
Examples:
Assign projects. Assign top priority. Please assign a different color to each other kind of item.
Elect.
To choose someone for a specific position by voting for them, to decide or choose to do something.
Examples:
Elect the school board. Elect death. Every 5 years, the provincial governors are elected.
Primary.
First or highest in rank, order, or importance, most fundamental or essential, pertaining to the initial or introductory stage of something, such as a school year or election cycle.
Examples:
Primary school. Primary education. The primary cause of the accident was due to the icy road conditions.
Superpower.
A country or nation that has significant global influence or formidable military, economic, or technological strength. A supernatural ability or force capable of extraordinary feats or feats beyond normal human capabilities.
Examples:
Superpower country. Superpower leader. The ability to fly like a bird is often considered a superpower in comic books and movies.
Candidate.
A person who is seeking or being considered for some kind of position, title, honor, or award, a job applicant.
Examples:
Candidate selection. PhD candidate. The candidate's platform focused on healthcare reform and reducing income inequality.
Racist.
Characterized by or showing discrimination or prejudice against people of other races. Noun, a person with a prejudiced belief that one racial group is superior to others.
Examples:
Far-right racist. Racist attitudes. The racist comments made by the politician caused widespread condemnation.
Xenophobic.
Showing strong dislike or fear of people from other countries or cultures, having a strong bias or prejudice against outsiders.
Examples:
Xenophobic attitude. Xenophobic statements. The xenophobic rhetoric of the politician only seeks to sow division and hatred among people.
Reaction.
A response that reveals a person's feelings or attitude. In chemistry, a process in which one or more substances are changed into others.
Examples:
Chemical reaction. Trigger a reaction. There was a chemical reaction of the lime with the groundwater.
Afford.
To have enough money or time to be able to buy or do something.
Examples:
Afford to buy a new car. Afford a high travel cost. He cannot afford a holiday.
Tuition.
The act of teaching something, especially when given to a small group or one person. Fees charged by education institutions for instruction or other services.
Examples:
Tuition assistance. A college tuition. His father cannot afford his tuition.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
Art critic. Severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Rig.
To prepare or set up something in a certain way, typically in a carefully planned or fraudulent manner, to equip with sails or masts.
Examples:
Rig an election. Rig a ship with new sails. He rigged the game so he could win the prize.
Incumbent.
A person who currently holds a particular position or job, especially in politics or public office, a duty or obligation that is required as part of a particular role or job.
Examples:
Incumbent party. Incumbent duties. The incumbent president is seeking re-election for another term in office.
Brilliant.
Extremely clever, skilled, or impressive.
Examples:
Brilliant idea. Brilliant performance. The more brilliant you are, the more people around you look at you with envy and jealousy.
Expose.
To show something by uncovering it, to make something accessible to some action or influence.
Examples:
Expose a crime. Expose a person to risks. That newspaper exposed a political scandal in a big way.
Censor.
A person or institution responsible for examining books, movies, and other forms of media to determine if they are harmful or offensive and should be banned or altered. An official in charge of banning or suppressing information.
Examples:
Censor a book. Censor a TV program. The newspaper editor decided to censor the controversial headline to avoid backlash.
Suspect.
To consider anything to be true or probable.
Examples:
Suspect a plot. Suspect that he is sick. The cops suspected him of being the killer.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Strength.
The quality or state of being physically, or sometimes mentally, strong.
Examples:
Strength of the economy. Muscular strength. Health and strength are, above all, gold.
Resignation.
An act of giving up or resigning from a job or office.
Examples:
Resignation letters. Resignation as Prime Minister. The state legislature demanded his resignation immediately.
Transcendentalism.
A philosophical and literary movement of the mid-19th century that emphasized the spiritual and intuitive over the empirical and rational, valued individualism, nonconformity, and a connection with nature. Prominent figures included Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau.
Examples:
Modern transcendentalism. Transcendentalism movement. The belief in individualism was a cornerstone of transcendentalism philosophy.
Resign.
To give up a position or job voluntarily, to accept something unpleasant or undesirable as inevitable.
Examples:
Resign all hopes. Resign to fate. After a long battle with her health, the teacher had no choice but to resign from her position.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, To come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Beat up.
Describing something old, damaged, or worn out from use. Verb, to defeat or overpower in a physical altercation.
Examples:
Beat up car. Beat up furniture. I found a beat up old book at the thrift store for just a few dollars.
Haunt.
To frequent or visit repeatedly, often in a way that is disturbing or unsettling. To occupy or fill the mind, often in a way that is unpleasant or persistent.
Examples:
Haunt memories. Haunt my conscience. The crowd's boos and jeers continued to haunt the performer long after the show ended.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Background.
The details of a person's social heritage, such as family, vocational or educational experience, past information that is essential to understanding a situation or problem.
Examples:
A background color. A criminal background. The company's hiring criteria emphasize personality, not a person's background.
Absolute.
Perfect or complete, or to the most considerable degree possible.
Examples:
Absolute loyalty. An absolute must. Gandhi had an absolute zeal for nonviolence.
Survive.
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples:
Survive a blizzard. Survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.
Obtain.
To get something, especially by making a great effort.
Examples:
Obtain a license. Obtain a bid. Where can I obtain the application form?
Visa.
An endorsement or authorization placed in a passport or travel document that allows the holder to enter or leave a particular country for a specific period of time. The process of applying for and obtaining such authorization.
Examples:
Work visa. Student visa. I must apply for a visa to travel to India for my friend's wedding.
Lettuce.
A leafy vegetable that is often used as a base for salads or sandwiches. It has green leaves and a mild flavor.
Examples:
Crisp lettuce. Wilted lettuce. I want a sandwich with extra lettuce, please.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
Collaborate with colleagues. Former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Merciless.
Showing no pity or compassion, cruel or without mercy, harsh and unforgiving.
Examples:
Merciless criticism. A merciless killer. The merciless dictator ruled with an iron fist, showing no mercy to those who opposed him.
Warn.
To make someone aware of potential danger or difficulty, particularly one that may occur in the future.
Examples:
Warn a reckless driver. Warned me of the plan. I attempted to warn him, but he ignored me.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Traffic.
The movement of vehicles, people, or goods along a route or through a transport system, the amount of such movement in a particular place or at a particular time.
Examples:
Traffic jam. Heavy traffic. We decided to take a detour to avoid the construction traffic on the main road.
Rap.
A type of music characterized by a strong, repetitive beat and lyrics that often focus on social and political issues, a reproach for some lapse or misdeed.
Examples:
Rap music. Get a rap. The new rap album is getting a lot of attention.
Tower.
A structure that is exceptionally high in proportion to its width and either forms part of a building or stands alone.
Examples:
A bell tower. The tower on a cliff. She is a tower of strength for our team in trouble.
Suddenly.
Quickly and unexpectedly.
Examples:
Suddenly attacked by an enemy. Die suddenly. Who answers suddenly knows little.
Insult.
A remark or action that causes offense or disrespect. Verb, to treat, mention, or speak to rudely.
Examples:
An intentional insult. Insult each other. His insult toward her was unacceptable and resulted in his being fired.
Trump.
A playing card with a picture of a trumpeter on it, used in certain card games.
Examples:
Trump card. Choose Trump. The trump suit in the game of bridge is determined at the beginning of each hand.
Undocumented.
Not supported by written evidence or having the necessary written permission.
Examples:
undocumented worker, undocumented command. The Border Patrol has recently been focusing on cracking down on undocumented non-citizens.
Committed.
Willing to put in a lot of effort, time, and energy into something, firmly believing in something.
Examples:
in a committed relationship, strong and committed sales staff. Our company is strongly committed to meeting customers' needs.
Felony.
A serious crime that carries a punishment of more than 1 year in prison, typically involving violence or other severe actions.
Examples:
felony conviction, felony charge. Committing a felony can result in severe consequences, such as imprisonment or fines.
Comparison.
The consideration or examination of the similarities between two or more people or things.
Examples:
ease of comparison, comparison of foods on a caloric basis. I've included the two designs for a comparison.
Conclude.
To come to an end or close, to reach a judgment or opinion by reasoning.
Examples:
conclude a meeting, conclude that he is healthy. We concluded a ceasefire.
Confer.
To have a meeting or discussion, to come to a decision or agreement or exchange ideas, to bestow something.
Examples:
confer degree, confer honor. The leaders of the two countries met to confer on the issue.
Poll.
An inquiry into public opinion conducted by interviewing a random sample of people, the process of voting at an election.
Examples:
a pre-election poll, public opinion polls. Several polls show a decline in the president's approval rating.
Immigration.
The act or process of coming to live permanently in a foreign country.
Examples:
immigration control, immigration application. The immigration policy in this country is stringent, making it difficult for many people to obtain a visa.
Deport.
To force someone to leave a country, typically on the grounds of illegal status or for having committed a crime.
Examples:
deport a refugee, deport dissidents from the party. The government has decided to deport illegal immigrants back to their home countries.
Deny.
To state that one refuses to admit the existence or truth of something.
Examples:
adamantly deny killing, deny the allegations. He is still denying stealing the money from the cash register.
Citizenship.
The status of being a member of a particular country.
Examples:
dual citizenship, citizenship rights. Her citizenship application was denied due to a technical error.
Disrupt.
To prevent or stop something, especially an event, activity, or process, from continuing in the usual way by causing a problem or disturbance.
Examples:
disrupt a well-ordered condition, disrupt sleep. I'm so sorry to disrupt you when you're pretty busy.
Credential.
To provide someone with certification or verification of their qualifications, usually in a particular field or profession. Noun, a document attesting to the truth of certain stated facts.
Examples:
credential themselves by showing their registration. Teaching credential. To get the job, I need to credential my experience and education.
Contagious.
Able to be passed on to others through contact or proximity, especially by infection or disease.
Examples:
contagious enthusiasm, contagious virus. The disease is highly contagious and spreads quickly.
Entourage.
A group of people who attend or surround an important and influential person.
Examples:
presidential entourage, member of his entourage. The politician and his entourage arrived half an hour late.
Permit.
To allow for something to happen or be done. Noun, the act of giving a formal, usually written, authorization.
Examples:
permit application, work permit. The teacher will not permit any students to leave the classroom early.
Proceed.
To happen or go before something or someone in time or space.
Examples:
men often precede women when walking. Precede any discussion. Agricultural development generally precedes economic growth.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
enormous amount, enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Dignity.
The quality of being worthy of esteem or respect, high office or rank or station.
Examples:
respect for human dignity. Retain everyone's dignity. The failure destroyed his trust and personal dignity.
Holocaust.
The systematic killing of millions of Jews and other minority groups by the Nazis during World War II, or any similar act of mass destruction.
Examples:
nuclear holocaust. The Holocaust Museum. Many Holocaust survivors still suffer from the trauma they experienced during that time.
Survivor.
A person who remains alive after an event in which others have died.
Examples:
Ovarian cancer survivor. A single survivor. The shipwreck survivor was rescued after floating in the ocean for 3 days.
Recipient:
A person who receives something.
Examples:
A recipient of a Nobel Prize. A recipient of a lung transplant. When performing an organ transplant, it is necessary to test for compatibility between the donor and recipient.
Unfortunately.
By bad luck, unluckily.
Examples:
Unfortunately caught in a shower. Even more unfortunately. The treatments were done, but, unfortunately, were unsuccessful.
Oppress:
To treat people in a cruel and authoritarian way, especially by denying them the same freedoms, rights, etc. as other people.
Examples:
Oppress the minority. Oppress the people with force. Historically, many countries have often oppressed certain religions to gain the support of the majority of the population.
Victim:
A person who has been harmed, injured, or otherwise negatively affected by a particular action, circumstance, or event.
Examples:
Victim support. Victim compensation. The victim of the crime deserves justice and support to recover from the trauma.
Obligated:
Legally or morally bound or compelled to do something, having a sense of duty or responsibility to fulfill a certain obligation.
Examples:
Obligated to pay. Morally obligated. I felt obligated to help my friend with their problem.
Circumstance:
The specific conditions or events that surround a particular situation or occurrence.
Examples:
Circumstance of birth. Circumstance of injury. She explained the circumstances surrounding the accident.
Racism:
Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people based on their membership in a particular ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized.
Examples:
Systemic racism. Research on anti-racism. The school's lack of diversity was a clear indication of the racism present in the community.
Discriminate:
To treat a person or particular group of people worse or better than another, especially in an unfair way, to recognize or perceive the difference between people or things.
Examples:
Discriminate against women employees. Discriminate between different things. You should not discriminate against minorities.
Corruption:
Dishonest, harmful, or illegal behavior, especially of people in positions of power.
Examples:
corruption accusation. Federal corruption charges. Rampant corruption led to a loss of trust in the government.
Indifference.
A lack of interest, enthusiasm, or sympathy towards someone or something.
Examples:
indifference to pain. General indifference. I tried to assume an air of indifference.
Stance.
A way of thinking about something, especially expressed publicly, attitude or position of a standing person or animal.
Examples:
change her stance. The batting stance. He continued to support her political stance.
Establishment.
A business or organization, especially a well-established one, the act of starting or forming something that is meant to last for a long time.
Examples:
run a large establishment. Establishment of a new government. The community celebrated the establishment of the new school.
Politician.
A person who is a member of a government or lawmaking organization, especially as an elected member of parliament, etc.
Examples:
a politician in the ruling party. A corrupt politician. The politician lost his position in the end due to the scandal.
Baptize.
To make someone officially a member of the Christian church by baptism, equals a form of Christian ritual purification.
Examples:
baptize a baby. Baptize with water. The priest baptized my father on his deathbed.
Governor.
The person who holds the highest executive office in a state or province.
Examples:
Governor General. A prefectural governor. The state governor visited the affected areas and promised to aid the victims.
Buddy.
A close friend, a partner, especially one of a pair or team.
Examples:
my golf buddy. Buddy movie. He was the first buddy in the military training camp.
Influential.
Having significant impact or power on someone or something.
Examples:
an influential newspaper. An influential politician. Early childhood experiences are very influential for people.
Uncomfortable.
Providing or feeling physical discomfort or slight pain.
Examples:
an uncomfortable silence. With an uncomfortable face. His abusive words made me uncomfortable.
Impressive.
Arousing admiration due to size, quality, or skill.
Examples:
impressive performances. An impressive array of facts. The budget reduction was an impressive feat for our nation.
Forge.
To fashion or shape metal by heating it and hammering it into shape, to create or develop something new or original, to form strong bonds or relationships with others.
Examples:
Forge an alliance. Forge iron. She had to forge her father's signature on the permission slip because he was out of town.
Prefer.
To like, choose, or want one thing or person better than another.
Examples:
Prefer physics to chemistry. Prefer a window seat. The birds prefer open water areas with reeds around them.
Accomplice.
A person who helps someone else commit a crime or wrongdoing, a partner or associate in a questionable or immoral activity.
Examples:
Accomplice in crime. Secret accomplice. The detectives found evidence that suggested the suspect acted as an accomplice in the murder.
Abuse.
The use of something in an incorrect or harmful manner.
Examples:
The problem of drug abuse. Victim of sexual abuse. Our company has an audit team that monitors directors for abuse of authority.
Injustice.
A violation of the rights of others or the laws of a society.
Examples:
Gross injustice. Injustice system. The injustice of the court's decision angered many people and led to protests.
Courage.
The ability to face danger, difficulty, uncertainty, or pain without being overcome by fear or despair. The quality of being brave or courageous.
Examples:
Mental courage. Inspire courage. It takes a lot of courage to stand up for what you believe is right.
Clarity.
The quality of being coherent and understandable, the quality of transparency or purity.
Examples:
Lack of clarity. Sake of clarity. The publisher will proofread most of this manuscript for clarity.